Alright, let's see Yasuo 2.0 then, huh? It looks like a Dark Souls character. Kind of like Mordekaiser looked to me when I first saw him. Uses 2 blades, causing every second attack to deal more magic damage. Critical strike chance is also doubled, but his critical strikes deal reduced damage. Okay. Yone thrusts forward, dealing physical damage to his opponents. On hit, he gains a stack. At 2 stacks, he can dash forward with a wave that makes enemies airborne. That looks kind of cool. Alright, 2 stacks? It depends on how low the cooldown is on Q. Cleaves forward a massive arc, dealing a portion of target's maximum health. After successfully hitting an enemy, Yone also gains temporary shield. Temps shield. Shield's power increases per champion struck. Oh, let me see that again. He gets a shield. The shield's power increases per champion struck. Got it, okay. I just need to see it again. Yone can enter his spirit form, gaining movement speed and leaving his body behind. When Yone's spirit form expires, he'll snap back into his body and deal a percentage of all damage he dealt. Oh. Yikes. Yeah, that's gonna be an interesting one. That's gonna be an interesting one for sure. I don't know how it's gonna play out with the damage he takes. But I kind of like this one. This, as far as like new kits and new designs are concerned, I actually quite like this one. I like this ability. I think it's gonna be this is gonna be a cool champion, or it should be a cool champion. He's not nearly as mobile as Yasuo, but at least by the look of it. And he's kind of unique. He fits the same style. And I have to see his ult first, but this is actually a really cool ability. I like this idea a lot. Cause then his body looks target. It's not like he's untargetable or anything. Okay, wait, what? Strikes all enemies in his path, blinking behind the last enemy hit and knocking everyone airborne towards him. And that's gonna give him a Q. Interesting. That's pretty neat. I like it. I like him. I like him. As far as new champions that have been released, like I was kind of rolling my eyes hearing about this champion, but the skills that they show actually look kind of neat. They look cool. I think there's nothing in there. There's nothing in that kit that's just like screams obnoxious to me. The ult has a very clear, you know what I mean? It's a very clear path that it's coming. I like it. I think it looks cool. I think it's a neat champion. The E is what sold it to me. The E, just having an ability that's a concept that seems unique to me, like truly unique, hasn't really happened. Like I said, ideas. League struggles, I think, at its core with good ideas, and I think a big part of it is, as much shit as I give Dota, I think a lot of it, like with the turn speeds in Dota, like a lot of it just stems from my distaste towards the ideas, is because I compare League to Dota a lot. Just I naturally compare it. I'm like, what, I look at other games and I think, what other games do things better than this game? And Dota has like way more fun items, and like their heroes are just way cooler concepts. They do way cooler shit. So when I see, when I see League champions being released and their kits are just so obvious, it's so obvious what they're gonna do. I'm kind of like over, but I like the E because the E is a unique concept within the League universe of being able to become you're targetable still, but you're able to like hop over walls and harass, but at the same time you could get fucking blasted from where you were. But that's just my opinion. Hey, what do I know? It's weird because like on one end, okay, so he got banned. I'll tell you the long story shortened. Okay, there's lots of little nuggets on the internet. As a streamer, I can't resist the nuggets. I looked around I looked at the individual nuggets. I'm not going to go like line by line in the specifics. Long story short is Hashinshin was being a pervert. And he was macking on underage girls, like heavy macking, being weird, being creepy. And there became so many individual instances of it, and so many different situations that had popped up that eventually all the pressure kind of mounted. Hashinshin went on Twitter, started admitting that he did a lot of the stuff that he was accused of, just being pervy to underage girls. And then, well, when I analyze this, I'm pretty sure if he didn't say quite as much about it, I don't know if he would have been banned. But he couldn't shut up about it. He couldn't stop talking about it. And content creators started kind of rallying behind like, hey, this guy needs to go. And then he got canned. He got canned from Twitch. In the process of all the accusations, the guy proved that he was he was somehow even more scummy. He talked a lot as soon as the allegations started coming out, he started trying to manipulate his fan base. I'm just being real, guys. Look, you could be like, oh, you pushing this guy I'm not pushing him to do anything. I'm just looking at what happened. The guy started getting allegations that he was grooming underage girls, and then he immediately went on some sort of, well, I was trying to overdose on melatonin, which is pretty much, I don't even know if you can get enough melatonin to do that. And then he started trying to make a bunch of excuses. It was just like textbook scummy, crappy behavior. Like, this is what, let me just be candid with you guys. Like, as streamers, I feel like we're all just panhandlers, dude. Like, I'm just a homeless guy with a computer, okay? Now, anybody that tries to put themselves on a higher pedestal than that, I don't know. I think anybody that's allowed to do this job is pretty lucky. Anybody that makes a great living on this job is, we're lottery winners. Every single one of us, regardless of how, where you are on that hierarchy of wealth and popularity or whatever. I'm honored to even be here. And a lot of the reasons that I even strive to make money and to strive to acquire wealth through this business is so that I can do it longer. I always tell my wife, like, hey, I just want every day that I get done working and I made money doing something fun, I am fulfilled as a human. It's like robbing a bank. You just feel great about it. You feel like you shouldn't be able to do it. And it's a dream of mine, and it's very selfish and it's very greedy. And I appreciate anybody that allows me to do it. And the reason that I'm saying this is because I personally feel like Hashinshin in this case has tried to take advantage of how blind or cloudy his fan base is, or what. Because a lot of his fans were like supporting him, like, oh yeah, dude, like, it's no big deal, like, you'll come back stronger. He should, from purely from that perspective, he should be gone. Period, point blank. I could rattle off a bunch of reasons why I personally don't like what he does, but I think I've already made it quite clear. I don't even think it really needs to be revisited. I think at the end of the day, the guy's a scummy person. He did a lot of scummy things. He made a living streaming in his mom's house, being consistently marginal at top lane. For the amount of time that that dude spent playing S-tier top lane champions, he should be one of the best top laners in the country. But he's not. Far from it. He's somebody that I don't know how he got as far as he did. And I guess that in itself, in a way, it's not surprising that somebody like that could fail so spectacularly hard to where they would do something like what he's been outed for doing. There. Sorry, Hash fans. I'm just being honest. I mean, I made the why Hashinshin video out, or why he outranks you a while back, and really it boiled down to just play a lot of top lane and split push a lot. But yeah, I mean, kind of a disappointing league player, at least in my opinion. Like I said, people watch him, they view it differently. Alex, thanks for the stars, bro. I viewed him as a disappointing league player, and I'm unsurprised to find out that he's a disappointing person based on his history, at least as I know it. There. Isn't that nice? Isn't that a glaring review? And if I have to hear another thing about jizzing on carpets now, hopefully, I'm glad that dude was a mess, bro.